To open the mileage report page, click on the mileage report icon from the side menu. On this page, you can select any time frame from the top right corner. For example, you can select today, yesterday, last 7 days, etc. Or you can select a custom range. For the custom range, you have to select a starting date and an ending date. For example, for our selected time frame, the total distance traveled by the car is 2,724 kilometers. The total engine on time was about 205 hours and 8 minutes. Within this time, the engine run time was 133 hours and 33 minutes. And the engine idle time was 71 hours and 34 minutes. This data is also shown on a pie chart. Below is a ranking of vehicles on the basis of mileage. You can select the criteria from this drop-down menu. For example, you can select distance, run time, idle time, or engine on time as sorting criteria. At this moment, distance is selected. For example, the car at the top of the chart traveled 1500 kilometers. The average speed of the car was 11.59 kilometers per hour. The total engine on time of the car is about 105 hours. Within this time, the engine run time was about 70% of the total time. The rest of the time, the engine was idle. If you want to know about the mileage report of any one car in particular, you can select that car. This will give you the graph view of the mileage report of that car. You can select any time frame from the top right corner. For example, within our selected time range, the total distance traveled is about 1500 kilometers. The total engine on time is about 105 hours. Within this time, the engine run time is about 73 hours and the engine idle time is about 31 hours. This data is also shown on a pie chart. Below, the broken down view of the graph view of the car is shown. You can select the showing criteria from this drop-down menu. For example, hour is selected at this moment. On October 4, the car traveled about 52.78 kilometers. The average speed of the car was about 8 kilometers per hour. The total engine run time was 3 hours and 36 minutes. The engine idle time was 2 hours and 18 minutes. The total engine on time was 5 hours and 54 minutes. Now we come to the report view. On this page, the data of the graph view will be shown in a tabular format. For example, on October 4, the engine of the selected car was started 18 times and turned off 18 times. The average speed was 8.79 kilometers per hour. The maximum speed was 62.4 kilometers per hour. The travel duration was 5 hours and 54 minutes. The engine idle time was 2 hours and 18 minutes, which is about 39% of the total duration. The total travel distance is 52.78 kilometers. At the bottom of the chart, you will have an overview within the selected time frame. The engine was started 257 times and turned off another 257 times. The total travel duration was 105 hours and 19 minutes, and the total idle time was 31 hours and 28 minutes, which is about 30% of the total time. And the total travel distance is about 1507 kilometers. You can also export this data as an Excel sheet.